2 days after the government assured that they will vaccinate all Indians by December this year, the centre's top lawyer, the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, reiterated that statement before the Supreme Court. He has promised that the government can procure more vaccines and complete inoculation of all eligible adults by December or, in fact, even earlier. But the Supreme Court pointed out what it called various flaws in the government's vaccine strategy and has asked for a policy document. Now, to begin with, the Apex Court has pulled up the centre over vaccine procurement, saying that it cannot put the onus on states or municipal corporations and that they will be left in the lurch. The court has made it clear it is the Union Government of India that needs to procure vaccines for the entire country. This was one of the key observations. Now, the court has also questioned the issue of differential pricing of vaccines. The Apex Court has said the central government has wide powers, so why leave it to vaccine manufacturers to fix different prices as far as the vaccines that they produce are concerned? The Apex Court has asked how this is in fact possible. The government and private hospitals have, of course, been purchasing vaccines at different prices. The top court has also questioned why the centre has excluded the 18 to 44 age group from its vaccination plan. It said that people from this age group are the most active working class, and a lot of them have in fact died during the second wave. The court has also asked on what basis has the central government excluded those below 45 as part of its vaccination strategy. Further, the Supreme Court has slammed the centre for mandatory COVID registration and asked how will people in rural areas, those who are vulnerable, go online and seek a vaccine appointment. Mincing no words, the court has said the government needs to wake up and smell the coffee. Now, amend policies to address this digital divide was one of the key observations made by the Supreme Court. Next, the Supreme Court has also expressed its dissatisfaction over the centre's submission of an affidavit on the vaccine policy. The court has demanded that give us a policy document so we know what the intent of the government is and not simply an affidavit. Now, this is something that the centre will need to respond to. So the larger questions are, is it feasible to vaccinate all eligible adults before the end of the year? Well, let's take a look at the government's procurement plan. This is something that officially the Niti Aayog has put out in public domain. Serum and Bharat Biotech need to ramp up production from the current levels, but that is just about 60% of the vaccine stock budgeted by the government. Look at this. Covishield, that is Serum Institute, between August to December, they are expected to deliver 75 crore rupees. This is the government's estimate. Covaxin, which is Bharat Biotech, 55 crores between August to December. Again, that is the government's estimate. BioE has been projected as putting down as part of the vaccine supply 30 crore vaccines between August to December. But remember, this is still at the trial stage. Sputnik at this point in time only imports 15.6 crore doses have been budgeted as part of the government's plan. Let's talk about Zydus Cadila, 5 crore, currently under phase 3 trials. Serum Institute and Novavax, 20 crore has been budgeted by the government. The trials have been delayed globally as well. There is no regulatory approval that's come in for Novavax. Remember, that is being licensed here to Serum Institute. Genoa's mRNA, 6 crore. The trial continues for that particular vaccine candidate. And the Bharat Biotech nasal vaccine, 10 crore budgeted. It continues to be at trial stage. This is how the government has arrived at this 216.6 crore vaccine dose number by December, and that is the basis for making the promise that all eligible Indians will be vaccinated by the end of the year. But as we pointed out, there are questions that remain unanswered there. Joining me now to take the discussion forward, Dr. N.K. Arora, the Head of Operations Research at the National COVID-19 Task Force. Dr. Arora is also an advisor to the AEFI National Committee. We also have with us Professor Y.K. Gupta, President of AIIMS Bhopal, and Jammu. Professor Gupta is also a member of the National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19. Dr. Gupta and Dr. Arora, many thanks for joining us here on the program. Dr. Arora, if I may ask you, sir, you were here with me on my program on the 14th of May, where you made two very important comments. You said, A, that at least till July, August, the vaccine deficiency that we're currently seeing is likely to continue, and you expect that to start to ease up post-August. The second comment that you had made, which was equally important, was that the NTAGI was not in favor of opening up vaccine for the 18 to 44 age group because of supply constraints, because of the supply challenges. Now, given the fact that you've got a Union Cabinet Minister saying that all eligible Indian adults will be vaccinated by December, a statement that has now been made to the Supreme Court this morning by the Solicitor General, how realistic is this?
So there are two or three things we need to understand. I'll take the second question first. That India did the prioritization exercise last September, October 2020. And based on the projections of vaccine availability to the highest fertility group and also those who are likely to have severe disease and hospitalization. That means those who are likely to put maximum pressure on the health system. And it was at that time 50 years plus was considered as a priority group, along with three other groups which are at high risk of exposure to the virus. That is health providers, to services and police personnel, and the third was municipal employees. This together comprised of about 30 crore population, and that is about 2 to 2.5% population. And this is the population which it was last year throughout the first wave, contributed to 80% of the total mortality. Second, it contributed to almost 90% of the hospitalization. If I look the data today for the second wave, the proportions remain exactly the same. Unfortunately, because of the very large number of cases occurring over a short period, young people and to some extent children have become more visible, but the proportion of deaths and hospitalization is still the same proportion remains with 45 years plus, because all comorbidities are concentrated in that population. So that is answer to your second, that in the initial phase till July or so, the central government had proposed and still is continuing with that philosophy that we should have maximum immunization in this population. Thereafter, that it is to be opened up for all the age groups, including, as we are all aware, that a pediatric trial is going on. In fact, there are two or three where Cadila Zydus is also looking at trying the vaccine for 12 to 16 years, and Bharat Biotech is trying the vaccine for 2 years to 18 years. So with this in the background and the volume you have just mentioned, we should be able to immunize almost the whole population, the adult population, with vaccine. So we have about